Oh putain. Oh putain.
Crazy stuff in nature tends to get noticed. Sometimes it takes a list to showcase the events that deserve more attention. Of course, some will sound so strange that it seems fake. For those who like their strange times a little bit more threatening, there is a toxic sea and the first earthquake that, boomeranged? Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Trip on this channel. Now trip on this. Today we got 5 crazy things nature does on a massive scale. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Number 5. Waterfalls flowing in reverse. During another insane 2020 moment, somebody claimed that several waterfalls in Australia were moving backwards. They sent some news crews to investigate, and this is what they found. The waterfalls were not reversing like a movie in rewind mode. However, in this case, misty water flowed back up over the top of the cliffs, and as magical as it sounds, the whole thing was a trick of the wind. A few days before the waterfalls got weird, Sydney and the surrounding areas experienced storm conditions. The winds were strong enough to flood rivers and trigger evacuation orders from many families. But their speed, howling at roughly 70 kilometers, basically 45 miles per hour, was also sufficiently powerful enough to sweep the course of the falls the wrong way. Once the weather settled, the waterfalls resumed their old look. Number 4. Volcano F. The name might be a bit dull, but Volcano F is the source of something amazing. This underwater volcano hugs the sea floor near Tonga and erupts every few years. When that happens, pumice rocks are released, and that is when things get interesting. In 2019, Volcano F belched so much pumice that the floating rocks formed a raft the size of 20,000 football fields. For nearly a year, the raft floated across the ocean to Australia. By 2020, trillions of these rocks started washing up along the coastline, reaching from Queensland to New South Wales. But that was not all. Well, on the way, each rock picked up organisms like barnacles, corals, and algae. The endless bobbing mass was like a bus bringing new recruits of reef-building critters to the beleaguered Great Barrier Reef. The event was not a one-time deal either. Volcano F sends a pumice raft to the reef roughly every 5 years for a much-needed boost. Number 3. The blip. The Earth is a ginormous magnet. Its magnetic fields protects the planet's atmosphere and human technology from the sun's particles. But this protective bubble has a weak spot. This spot, the SAA, the South Atlantic Anomaly. This is the one place where solar particles could enter the atmosphere and mess with expensive equipment. The SAA covers a large area over South America and the southern Atlantic Sea. Any space station or equipment that passes through this region runs the risk of data wipes or hardware damage. For this reason, NASA often switches off satellites that travel through the SAA until they are back under the proverbial magnetic umbrella. Number 2. The Firewall. During certain years in February, a spectacular sight occurs in Yosemite National Park. There is a high waterfall with a delicate drop called Horsetail Fall. For most of the time, it looks like 1,000 other waterfalls, but for a few weeks at the beginning of the year, the transformation is so remarkable that tourists flock to the site. Some call the event a firewall, and it is easy to see why. The water seems to have mysteriously vanished, and in its place, orange lava pours over the cliff, glowing with heat, steam, and fire. This optical illusion lasts for about 10 minutes and is caused by the setting sun's position in the sky. Once the sun dips below a certain point, the waterfall returns to normal. Number 1. An earthquake that boomeranged. A normal earthquake is bad enough, but one that suddenly turns around and runs over the same area? Definitely worse. In the past, something like this seemed impossible. Then it happened in August 2016. Nobody noticed the game-changing event because it happened deep under the ocean. A 2020 study discovered the strange quake when researchers analyzed the data from undersea seismometers. Nothing about the earthquake's development was normal. Since it was born from a simple fault, the Romanche fracture zone near the equator, it should have been a textbook tremor. Instead, it mysteriously released the world's first confirmed boomerang shake. This was no hiccup. It was a major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.1. Even more terrifying, once it turned around, the speed increased. The tremors raced back towards the center of the fault, with speeds clocking up at 6 kilometers per second, which is equivalent to 3.7 miles per second. There you have it. 5 crazy things nature does on a massive scale. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. I do random lists on random topics, so just whatever comes across my fancy. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. And until next time, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Peace.